Hey everybody! Well, today we're going to take a look at this awesome little Gizmo from Gremlins figure. Now, this is from Neca, and I've talked about Neca before in past videos because they make really cool figures, and I really like the style, the way they display these too. So, before we look on the inside of this, I just want to show you the graphics they have on the back here. That you can see the different versions of him that you'll be able to do with this particular figure, which is really neat. There's another neat little feature with the eyes. He comes with a lot of really great accessories too. So let's open this up. It's got the little opening door right here, and look at all that. You can see all kinds of really cool stuff in here. So you can see he's got, let me move it up a little bit. You can see Gizmo himself. It's got a trumpet, candy cane, the little flaming arrow that he used on to set that one bad gremlin on fire in Gremlins 2. There's the bow that he made out of the paper clip, the little Santa hat that Billy puts on his head when they're playing that song on the keyboard. That's such a cool little scene with those two. Here you can see the really nice picture they got of him. And then they also have all these alternate faces. Oh, this is going to be so cool. So these have been out for a while. But as I mentioned in a previous video, I'm a little late to the Gremlins game here, and for whatever reason, I just never got around to seeing these movies. All right, well, let's take a look at this little guy. Okay, so now here's everything outside of the box. It comes with quite a bit of stuff, as you saw in the packaging. This is very cool. Now, let's go and start with Gizmo himself. This is a very, very nice looking Gizmo. The detail on him is really good. Neca does a really good job on these figures. They really do. You can see the paint job is done really well. He's got his ears, so his head can move. You can turn his head, it can go up and down. The ears are movable. You can go forward and backward. There's not a whole lot of movement, but there's up and down. You can move them a little more up like that, or you can bring them down just a little bit. There's not a lot of movement, but it's cool that they did add that. Kind of see where it connects inside there. The arms can turn. Let's see, I'll use this side, but you can kind of turn them at the shoulder part right here, and a little bit up and down as well. It turns where the white and the brown meet. There's a little bit of turning action there, which is really, I was not expecting that part to have any articulation. The hand itself can move just a little bit this way and turn, so both arms are the same. The legs have, let's see, which way do these go? These can move a little bit, not a lot, but you can see there is some movement in those, which is fine. I don't really expect these to have a whole lot of articulation, but Neca really is pretty good about that. Now, there is a feature on here. Here's the back of him. You can kind of see how this looks. This little ball roller thing is for his eyes. Now, I will say, see how his eyes turn? I don't know if you can see that. But I will say that this mechanism leaves a lot to be desired because his eyes just go kind of wonky. It's cool that they tried to make his eyes turn, but this one here is always looking way off to the side. I find that if you push the ball in while you're turning it, it works a little better, but you have to kind of get them aligned to begin with. See, now they look a little bit better. See if I'm in the camera right there. It's a really neat feature. They just really could have tweaked that a little bit better. All right, so before I show you what he looks like with his alternate faces, he does come with this little piece of string, which is his belt. I think that was when he was trying to imitate Rambo after watching the, the Rambo movies. I like how you can hear him go, Rambo! It's just really cute. This is the little bow that he made out of the paper clip. If you watch that scene, that was a large size Gizmo head that they used for that effect, and it was a real person's fingers that was bending it, because they said there was no way they were going to be able to make a puppet hand bend those wires. So that if you look closely, those are real human hands, and that's a large size Gizmo head. It's pretty neat how they did that scene. There's a candy cane here. Not really sure about that piece. I know it was a Christmas movie at the beginning. Here's that cute hat. This is a really nice piece. So in that scene when Gizmo and Billy are learning to play, Billy's trying to learn that song that Gizmo plays when he hums, and he puts that little Santa hat on him. Doesn't really sit on here perfectly. Well, I'm not exactly sure exactly which way this goes. Maybe it goes like that so the back of it hangs over. It's cute though. I mean, it's cute. So he's got his little Santa hat right there. I love that. This is the arrow, the flaming arrow that he shot to burn up that one bad gremlin. And then here is a trumpet. I don't remember this trumpet in the movie. I kind of remember it, but I kind of don't. I'm going to go back and watch that again. And then these are all the alternate faces. So this one here, you can see he kind of smiles a little bit. And then this one here is the Rambo version. It's got the little headband on. And then this one here is kind of like a sad one. So it's really neat. Here's what the back of them looks like. So they go on with those little lugs back here. All right, so let me go and show you how to change out the face so you can see all the different looks for him. Okay, so I figured out how this hat goes on, because if you'll notice, there's a cutout right here and on that side, and that's for his ears. So this actually goes like this. So see how that fits right there? So that's how that looks. Aw, it's really cute. Okay, now this part is the part that's kind of freaky. Now, you have to pull his face off, and let me tell you, it's a little bit of nightmare fuel when you pull these off, because that's what you get. Oh man, that's kind of bizarre. Now you can see better that ball thing. See how the eye, this eye is so out of whack here. But if I push on it, see, I can get them a little more aligned. I almost feel like I have to kind of shake it a little bit and then push on it. And see, it kind of aligns them a little bit better. So now you can kind of, as long as you're pushing it down, it works a little bit better, but this eye is a little bit off. Okay, so now let's start with, let's go and use this sad face. So those little lugs inside there just go on these holes. So you got to put it on here, and you have to kind of push kind of hard. You may have to lift the head up a little bit. You have to push kind of hard to get these on, because they're definitely a tight fit. This one here I seem to have the hardest time getting on there. You have to push really hard, but I'm not sure I'm going to be able to get that on all the way. But you kind of get the idea here of if his eyes look better. Look at that poor sad thing. He's so sad. Gizmo was so dang cute in that movie. It's amazing how cute they made him. All right, so there's the sad one. This is the Rambo one. Now the Rambo one, I think you're supposed to put this string around his waist. So we'll put that on here. This thing is on there when you get him. So it's cute that it's made out of a piece of string, like Gizmo had made that himself. And then we'll put this Rambo one on like this. You have to kind of get the headband out of the way here, because it's just kind of hanging on there. Once again, you got to really squeeze that on there. But now that's pretty cool. So there you got there you got his Rambo look. He's got his little belt, which is trying to fall off. But that's really neat. I love that. I think that's really cool that they have these alternate faces. That's fantastic. So you can choose what kind of face you want on them. And what's neat is that that's how the original Gizmo puppet was. And I think some of the other ones, the other Mogwais, they had, get that. Oh, I just noticed there's a little thing down there. That's how they were able to change his face. So they didn't have to make a separate puppet each time. They had the face pop off. And I think in one of the scenes, you can actually see the line where the face was starting to come off, because in the Blu-ray, one of the guys kind of mentioned it. It's kind of funny. Now this one fits the best. I mean, it fits good on there. You just push it on. I think this is probably the one that I might use, either that one or the one that he came with, which is this one. But yeah, this one fits really pretty decent. Now let me line up those eyes again. I really wish those eyes were better. But let me see if I can turn them now. See, they look, as long as you line them up and push down, but yeah, that's a nice face on him as well. So that's very, very cool that his faces are interchangeable. Yeah, I like that. That's really neat. Now, if you look, his eyes are kind of far down inside there. They probably should have made it so that it fits a little bit closer to the eyes, but you don't really notice it unless you're looking at it from this angle. But, you know, and they needed it to be far enough away from the face plate so that the eyes don't get stuck. But I don't know. I think I like this one the best. That's the one that he came with. And that one fits pretty good too. Could fit a little bit tighter, but there he is. So yeah, I really like this. I think it's great. So this is the Gizmo by Neca. These have been out for a long time. I remember seeing these at the Target stores, but because I hadn't seen the movie, I never picked it up. But I do remember looking at the box and thinking, wow, it's pretty neat that it came with all this stuff. I mean, it comes with a lot that you see here. These retail for $35. They're still available, thank goodness, because when I heard about this, I really wanted to get one, but I couldn't find them at Target anymore. I don't know if they're still available in the stores. I couldn't find it at my local Target, but I did find it online. It was $34.99, and so you can at least order it from them. Let's see, I can't remember if I think Amazon had them, but they were through third party sellers, so I didn't get it from there. But I think this is really cool. For $35, you get quite a bit going on here. I think that's about average for a lot of these figures anyway. But the fact that he looks so good, I mean, he looks really good. The only beef I have are those eyes, but it's not a deal breaker because you can straighten them out. And if you just kind of tap it from the back and then, like I showed you, and then push on that ball on the back, it works. It works really good. And I think it's a neat feature that they added that in there. But look how cute he is. He's so cute. I've been really into this whole Gizmo thing lately. And so I'm trying to get, well, I was trying to get this high-end collectible Gizmo from a company called Metacom. I've done some different videos talking about Metacom because they have really good stuff. But that particular Gizmo is hard to find, really expensive. And probably the biggest turnoff is that the brown color on him is too dark. And even on this one, the brown is a little too dark. It should be more of like a light brown that you see on him. So it's a little bit darker on here than it should be. But they do put some highlights in there with some lighter brown to kind of lighten it up a little bit, which looks good. And I think the paint application on it is really good, especially the hair around his ears. And look, you can see the veins on his ears as well. Look at how well that's done. It's really, really a nice paint job. So yeah, I'm really impressed with this. I really like it. If you want one of these, they're still available, but get them because I'm not sure how much longer they're going to be. Well, they've been around this long. Maybe they'll keep them around. I figure as long as they're selling them, they're going to keep making them. All right, well, that's it for this video. Absolutely love this thing. If you love this video or like this kind of stuff, please hit the like and subscribe buttons. I very much appreciate it. And until the next time, I'll see you on the next video. So thank you so much for watching and have a good one.